Welcome to our new channel. Welcome to the first episode of the KRAUT Redneck show. We call it KRAUT Redneck because apparently I'm the Kraut and
I'm the redneck.
Can't hide it.
Nope.
What do we have here tonight?
Well, I'm going to let you tell us because you brought these.
The first one
Maybe somebody in the business like doing this should look at the can before we start.
we're going to edit this. Do you know where the Tailgate Brewery is?
No. Do I need to look it up?
Tailgate, yeah, let's look it up. Tailgate Brewery. It's nice and sweaty. This is professionalism. We have the intro.
It is in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville.
Nashville.
I actually remember that. So what do we have here today? The first beer I brought from my recent trip to Tennessee. It's an Imperial Peanut Butter Milk Stout from the Tailgate Brewery in Nashville, Tennessee. I like the logo. It's got like King Kong. Is that sort of King Kong?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
It is absolutely King Kong.
Yeah, it's the last peanut butter version I tried. Wasn't a big fan of, so I'm hoping this one is a winner.
Yeah, so I'm very curious because I am not a real peanut butter fan. I don't dislike peanut butter, but the thought of with peanut butter in beer is kind of a little bit awkward.
I love peanut butter on its own.
An Imperial Milk Stout is actually something that we really need to try out.
Absolutely.
So let's crack this one open. And
it looks a little bit the part, doesn't it? Oh yeah.
Tailgate Brewery Peanut Butter Milk Stout.
You can definitely smell the peanut butter in there.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? That's good. There's plenty of peanut butter there, but it's to be a milk stout. It's fairly dry. It's
Yes.
closer to a dry stout than a sweet stout.
Yeah, I think the peanut butter is very present, but it's not overpowering, and it's not too sweet. I personally don't like it when it's too sweet. Has a nice bitter note.
Yeah.
At the end.
It's really funny that it takes a second to find the peanut butter on the nose, but it doesn't take any time to find it on the palate at all. But
yeah,
this is pleasant. I could drink this. I couldn't drink a belly full of it. If you had, a 16 ounce, a pint can, or even a bomber, this would be great in bomber size to share with a couple of people. I think that would be the better approach to that, but I wouldn't turn that down. I like it.
Do you think this would be a door opener for somebody who is not familiar with Imperial Stouts because it's a little bit on the sweet and soft side?
That's a good question, and yeah, I think it is because it's not particularly intense. I mean, some Imperials, we drink a ton of them. That's both of our favorites, but this is not overly intense, and Imperials can really be just big and boozy, and this is neither of those. It's a 10%er, the cult classic, and more of it. More body, more savory, more peanut buttery. That's what it says.
More peanut buttery.
We'll go with that. I tend to agree it's pretty peanut buttery, but you know what? I like it.
Feel free to comment and tell us what you like, what you don't like, and what you would like to hear about.
And remember, boys and girls, you got to be 21 to get it.
You have to be 21.
21 or older.
Unless you live in Germany and
it can be 4. Yeah.
4 plus. As we say, Prost.
Cheers.
Well,
I've said this 1,000 times. The U.S. needs its own
we need cilantro.
cilantro.
The next beer we're having tonight is probably from a microbrewery that's not even a microbrewery anymore. Dogfish Head. And they do, besides their classics that you find in, at least here in South Carolina, you find in every grocery store.
They're all over the country now.
It's a big player today. But I remember 12 years ago, they started out and they were a true microbrewery, and I was pretty amazed by the quality of the beer. I got hooked on the 90-minute IPA. Dogfish Head still does seasonal editions. I found this on my trip to Tennessee in the last week. It's an oak-aged vanilla worldwide stout. Very classic Dogfish Head label. I'm very curious because I haven't had a stout from Dogfish Head. So I assume, knowing Dogfish Head, this will be probably a whopper.
It's a 12. Oh, no, that's not it. Here I am acting like I know what I'm talking about. Well, it ages well. I don't know what the ABV on this is. Probably should have looked that up before we started. See, we're new. We'll figure this out.
A dogfish is a shark.
It's a small shark.
Dogfish Head is located at the brewery in Milton, Delaware.
Happy.
He's on his phone reviewing.
I was going to look up the ABV, to be honest with you, because here we are trying to do this thing, and
Well, the problem is when you're drinking, you get a little bit uncoordinated at times. We do our very bestest. In Germany, we always had paper beer coasters in every bar. The coasters had two functions. One was, of course, the inevitable to suck up any kind of beer spill. But at the same time, the Kürbis in Cologne, the Kürbis is the server. He would come with a pencil and make a line for every beer he would serve. And the rule is you get a beer, and as long as your beer glass is standing on the table, you will have immediately a new one, even without ordering. They will replace it. They're so fast, you don't even see it. And the problem is when you start drinking, the more you drink, the less you notice that they're replacing. And you're just wondering, the beer never ends and you just keep drinking. But the number of lines on your Dickel, which is the coaster,
oh man, wait,
just gets more.
You can't say that.
So
This is a 15+ percenter, by the way. This is put your big boy pants on and
big boy pants
and
on.
hold on tight.
Oh, black currant.
Man, that is absolutely. That's just deep and dark and rich. Raisins, and there's a lot going on in this glass.
That's the winner.
That's absolutely delicious.
Out of 10, this is 9+.
9 easy. If you drink Imperial Stouts, and we do a lot. I mean, that's the two of us love stouts. It's kind of our thing.
We do.
And this is just a classic Imperial Stout. There's nothing new or original about this. It's just big, it's bold, it's really intensely flavored, lots of dark fruits and raisins, and it's really complex. I hate to come across as pretentious and whatnot talking about beer, but this is one of those that is so good. And they did such a great job. I mean, every beer has the classic example, and this is a classic example of an Imperial Stout.
When you get into this beer, you do not want to get back to anything less intense because this is the end of the night. This is like a good single malt.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just delicious.
Oh, man.
I can quit that video recording and just have a second bottle and just call it a night.
I'm going to rave on this one. If anybody wants to just give up on me now, I'm kind of having a moment. So.
And this is definitely not a beer where you want to put your pinky out when you drink it with this glass.
And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're new to the stout world and you think you might want to dip your toe into that, this is not where you start. This is not that.
Probably, yeah. I agree. The oak-aged vanilla worldwide stout, it's a winner. Guys, if you see it in a store,
buy it.
Pick it up, buy it, take it home. And it says ages well. Have it sit in your fridge. You don't have to drink it right away.
And if you're a wine person and you've got a wine cooler, that's the best place. If you can cellar, which here in the Deep South, we can't cellar because it's 96 today?
Yeah, it's. I feel like we're sitting in a deer stand in August.
Oh,